All right, we are live, guys. Just give us a few moments. We are live, and I'm coming at you with five. Welcome to another edition of Gavin Richard Presents here on my channel, GBoo2786. We're also on Facebook and also Periscope, as well as my other self-entitled YouTube channel, Gavin Richard. Whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you are blessed and doing safe this evening, guys. Some breaking news, of course, that happened early today. I was actually going to be talking about, excuse me, give me 1 second. I was actually supposed to be talking about, or I was going to talk about this incident with regards to, I don't know if you guys heard, Kanye West and Kardashian supposedly are going to be getting a divorce. Now, I was going to be talking about that, but of course, this came across my uh, news feed earlier that the brother, Dr. Dre, of course, of NWA, and uh, Dr. Dre, of course, we know him from NWA. We also know him from, uh, from Beats by Dre, of course. He's also responsible for launching the careers of Eminem, and he played a role, of course, with brother Snoop Dogg's career. Well, he has suffered a brain aneurysm, sadly. It's being reported, of course. I don't like quoting TMZ, but as you guys may read here from the report, this is TMZ's reporting that earlier on Monday, Dr. Dre suffered a brain aneurysm in ICU at LA Hospital. Uh, Dre is 55 years old. He's at Cedars Sinai Medical Center. Uh, of course, he was taken directly to the ICU on Monday, and it says that he's in stable and lucid condition, but doctors don't know what caused the bleeding, and they are doing a battery of tests. Now, TMZ, of course, they go into the part about Dr. Dre and his wife, and I really don't like TMZ. I think for obvious reasons, but I just they're the ones usually that get the story once something breaks. Remember when Kobe Bryant died? Before Kobe Bryant's own family knew about his death, they actually had all of the information on Dr. Dre and his situation. I'm sorry, Kobe Bryant and his situation with his daughters, and the family didn't even know about it. Sadly, the family had uh, no knowledge of his death, and that was obviously a tragedy in and of itself that they had to deal with. Kobe Bryant's wife and their children didn't know that their loved one, their father, and their husband was dead, and yet TMZ had this information in part because they had uh, connections with the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, and that's kind of how all of this stuff started. But let me turn on the camera so you guys can see me. What's up? So I just was jumping on here, guys, to just talk about this. And of course, you know that Dr. Dre and his wife currently they are not in the best. Well, they're going through a divorce right now, bitter divorce battle. Oddly enough, it was reported earlier today that Dr. Dre's wife, Nicole Young, she's claiming that Dre has over $262 million stashed uh, that he has available to pay her in alimony. And then on top of that, she claims that he has stock in Apple. Well, let's not forget back a few years ago, Apple had actually purchased Beats by Dre, which was something Dr. Dre had co-created. And, it was a billion-dollar deal that Apple bought Beats by Dre, and was one of the largest deals, record deals, especially not record deals, but one of the largest entrepreneurship deals in history, one of the biggest acquisitions by Apple. Now, whether you like Dr. Dre or not, personally, people try to mention his history of domestic violence. People try to mention his rap lyrics, how they may have been demeaning to black people and to women. I look at the fact, and I have my issues with Dre as far as him not supporting historically black colleges and universities. Remember, Dr. Dre gave over millions of dollars in order to give you, I believe it was USC, back in 2017 or 2016, to the point where the president of Dillard University here in New Orleans actually wrote a letter condemning Dr. Dre or criticizing Dr. Dre, I should say, for that donation because Dre had enough money if he wanted to give to HBCUs, to historically black colleges and universities. And I think that most of those celebrities like Dre, like Cube, Oprah, we all know the people who are the multi-million dollar, uh, basically there are multi-million dollar industry. Say what you want about Oprah, I don't care for a person, but she's a billionaire. Although I'm here, she sold OWN because OWN has not been doing great. Same thing with Dre, he's a multi-millionaire. As a result of this, and somewhere I believe Dr. Dre is worth, if my estimates are correct, Dre is actually worth about uh, $800 million, if I'm not mistaken, or 400. Either way, his wife, of course, is trying to get a piece of that pie. Now, I guess it's gonna complicate things in terms of his health. I don't know how bad he is with his aneurysm, if he's in a coma. If anybody's had an aneurysm before, anybody that has it, why don't you please let us know in the comments? I know of people who have had those and they are not pretty. Uh, it's certainly a very slow recovery. It's something that is extremely dangerous, obviously, because of the location of that, and of course, operations that have to be done on someone that is suffering from an aneurysm. That is something that I don't wish on anybody to go through. We got a few people in the chat, a few people that are watching. I see Jaleel is watching. What's up? We have people on YouTube. We have people on Facebook. Why don't you all leave a comment? Tell me what y'all think about this. Uh, I don't know. And again, being an attorney that has practiced in family law, I know the dangers of health in regards to practicing in divorce court. It's a very emotional thing. It's very time consuming. And it's most importantly, it's stressful on a lot of people. So could this be something that is a result of the divorce? It's a possibility. Is it something that he's been struggling with? Uh, you know, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the comments. Jaleel says, damn, who's next? That's been my question for a while. Yeah, 2020 is continuing in 2021. This is not how we wanted to start the New Year's, but life goes on regardless of what calendar year it is. It's about living life to the fullest because you never know what will happen. Now, Dre is not dead, obviously. And I pray for his health and his well being. I pray for his family, that he'll be fine. And what's interesting, I saw the homie Ice Cube, who obviously this affects him because Dre was the co founder of NWA. They know each other very well, they're close friends. Uh, he actually, tweeted out his concerns and prayers for Dre. And I saw some people, of course, that trying to bring up the fact that, oh, why is he a Trump supporter? Just listen to what some of these people are saying in regards to this tweet. Ice Cube put this out. Let me put it up for you right here. Trying to find this, man. Yeah. So he says, send your love and prayers to the homie Dre, Dr. Dre. And you had some people, I just can't listen to Trumpster Cube right now. Sorry, not sorry. Billionaires have the best health care. He good, everyone else is fucked. He always struck me as a being in pretty good shape. Any history of hypertension or high blood pressure? Is he also a Trump supporter like yourself? Uh, First, his wife trying to take him for everything he's earned, then Eminem and Snoop Dogg beefing. Come on, people. Where's the love and respect? Have peace for Dr. Dre. You got people asking for shit. This dude is tweeting for of his PS5 out, trying to sell some PS5s. I mean, people do not stop. Uh, they got 2 likes. They also got 21 comments against him. No, do they? At any rate, guys, yeah. So yeah, this was some big news. Obviously, that Dre is sick. Obviously, it's not something you expect. He always looks like a guy that was in pretty good shape. But you don't know what people's history, their health history is, and of course, again, yeah, going through a divorce that can be very um, costly on your health. It can be very uh, time consuming and stressful. Yeah, I hear you. LL Cool J reported that he's stable and doing better. All right, thank you, Joseph. That's Joseph Stevenson. Yeah, people want to, and again, first and foremost, let me just say this: Cube never endorsed Donald Trump. Cube did what any man would do in a situation where you're trying to get something out of your vote. You're coming there with a platform. You're coming there to do business, and you ask the men who want your business, "What is it you're going to do for me?" They don't come there. See, niggas, excuse my language, but no, I'm gonna say it. Niggas, they we do things, especially when it comes to voting. We look at this thing as a party. You know, when you see things like souls to the polls, when I see uh, tweets by people saying we squad up and all of this stuff like that, it's a damn show. When I look at other groups, I look at Asians, I look at Koreans, Arabs and so forth, Mexicans. They don't come to the table like that. It's serious. Every other group right now is about to pass the black community up. The LGBTQ community has passed the black community up. And that's not even a race. That deals with sexuality, sexual orientation, gender identity. That's the number one policy. That's the number one political issue in the United States right now. The number one. Look at the laws that are being changed. I just saw a damn congressman say a prayer who made a comment where when he ended the prayer, he said, "Amen" and "Our woman." Excuse me? These idiots don't even know history. Amen is not even a gender specific term. That's not where amen comes from. It has nothing to do with men. Amen is a Greek word. It means I believe. So people are still in their feelings about this thing. And Cube is at requesting prayers for his friend. We need to put politics aside right now. I can have respect for I can have great respect for Dr. Dre's business acumen. I don't have to respect, do I respect the choices he's made in life? Do I respect the allegations he's had with hitting women and so forth? No, I do not. I feel sorry for his children. Although they're grown, sadly, their father's hospitalized right now, and they say he's in stable condition. That's some good news. Hopefully, it stays that way. But you never want to see somebody, obviously, in that condition. So, what do you guys say? I'm not seeing too many comments on the YouTube channel. I usually get comments, on Facebook. I can see comments on Facebook, but most of my comments usually in the super chat or in the chat, they come from YouTube. And I got 3 people watching on Facebook. I got about 5 people on GBoo2786. Shout out to we're about to hit 600 subscribers. Shout out to you all. Thank you for that. Uh, you know, let's see who else we got watching. I know, yeah, I know. Okay, we got some people here. I know people mostly watch on the GBoo channel. So I know my brother Squeaky G's got to be in there. Squeaky G and Pirate Brain, y'all got to be on. If not, we know that YouTube messes with the analytics, of course, when you say certain things. Uh, I'm trying to be careful with my words. I want to say my live chat on YouTube is disabled. Let me see that. I'll be damned, they did disable it. Oh, I see why. Okay. Why it's disabled. All right. Yeah, they disabled it because it was set on for the videos made for kids. So that's why it was disabled. Okay. I don't know how that happened. Must have selected it. Y'all try. All right, y'all try and leave a comment in the YouTube channel now. Let's see what. I think we got that straight. All right, we're back. What do y'all have to say about this? Dr. Dre, again, of course, he suffered a brain aneurysm uh, on Monday afternoon. He was rushed to Cedars Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles. He is said to be in stable condition, according to reports from TMZ. Uh, I don't know exactly at this time how his condition is, as far as if he's doing, they say he's stable, if he's talking, if he's able to move or anything like that. We don't know just yet. Rosalind said it's working now. I see you, baby. Thank you, Rosalind. Yes, we's free. He's free. Okay. We got more people. All right. Yeah, I like to see y'all leave comments and chats. We had about 23 people here. Okay, we're good. Yeah, James, divorce is very messy. Divorce is messy. I know that I had a potential client who was going through a bit of divorce. His wife was cheating on him, and You know, I'm not going to get, I can't name him or anything like that, but, I know that going through that, he was really depressed. He wouldn't return calls and so forth, things of that nature. And, to the point where he was actually suicidal. And that has happened with others. Family law, I can tell you, is even worse than criminal law, criminal defense. And that's because there's just so much on the line, so much at stake. Money is involved. You're talking about dealing with property. A man who built a career for over 30 years and is practically worth, let's see what, worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And you got to end up giving half to your wife, who, and I did a video about Nicole Young before. I mean, Nicole Young, Dr. Dre's wife, actually it was ridiculous some of the things that she was requesting from the court, including monies for uh, emails. Like she wanted $12,000 a month to maintain her email account, email and phones. I'm like, who here pays for an email like that? Email is supposed to be free when you sign up with Google. You get a Google account for nothing. So that 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 didn't make any sense at all. Uh, what happened? You know, of course, I think a judge denied her request. But now, if you look at this too, I want to just play this, and I'm trying not to be messy, but with this, but I just saw this. It's very, I think it's a coincidence. It's a damn near coincidence that while we're talking about this, and Dr. Dre had his aneurysm, Dre's estranged wife. This article actually came today. This is from Complex. It says that Dr. Dre's wife, estranged wife, claims the hip hop mogul has more than enough money to cover her expenses, and thanks in large part to his Apple investments. Remember, Apple, of course, owns Beats now. So, according to legal documents obtained by TMZ, Nicole Young, certified public accountant, claims Dr. Dre has about $262 million in cash and Apple stocks and has been selling those stocks to fund their lifestyle over the last several years. The CPA determined the estranged couple's monthly living expenses totaled around 2.3 million, which is 300,000 more than what Young is requesting in temporary monthly spousal support. She also claims that Dre and Young spent 245 million dollars between 2017 and 2019, but that cash still increased by 26 million dollars during that period. Now, I don't know if she has said anything. Has she said anything about his hospitalization? Now think about that. I don't know if you okay, hold on. If you guys can read all of this, but yeah, 262 million. So if she tweets out that she's having a bad day, what's wrong? The helicopter's not working? Y'all think of this. The average American, well, and supposedly Dre had a prenup. Dre had a prenup, supposedly, James. I don't know what the status of that was, but he supposedly had a prenup available. All you men, especially when you're making multi-million dollars, when you're a billionaire, you got to protect yourself. $262 million. I'll leave the link for that in here. But that was oddly enough, that was reported today. And then today, of course, on Monday, Dr. Dre suffers a brain aneurysm. So a lot of people but let's focus on Dre. A lot of people in the hip hop industry. Uh, I saw Fat Joe is actually doing a video about Dre. Uh, of course, we just talked about Ice Cube. I saw uh, but Dr. Boyce Watkins broke this story. Uh, he was talking about it. This is something nobody expected. Obviously, this is something that nobody foresaw. Uh, I see people putting up their videos with Eminem and Dr. Dre. I'm not gonna play it because I'm gonna get hit with a copyright strike. That was an Eminem song. If he dies, doesn't she get the entire? She gets the entire estate, right? Well, yeah. Unless Dre has a will, I'm assuming if he had a prenup made, I'm just gonna go on an assumption. Let's say he does have a will. If he has a will, then it goes to whoever he bequeaths his property to. If he did not have a will, then I know California is a community property state. So the wife, and I'm not familiar with California law, but I know it is a community property state. So uh, community property, that all goes to the wife, of course. And by that, when you talk about community property, and I'm speaking as a Louisiana lawyer, you inherit, you get and keep your own one half of the community in Louisiana, whereas uh, and the other spouse has their one half. Now, depending on now, he said he had a prenup. I don't know if there was any. What's up, computer robots? I don't know if there was any resolution on that issue of his prenup, whether it was valid or not. I think that they are still that's still being litigated. But my understanding, and let's say that there is no prenup, then yes, she would, since she's still legally married, she's still entitled to that one half, well, ownership of all of that. Of course, as his spouse, and of course, I'm sure the children will get something, also get something as well, because I think the way it works in the line of succession, if it's community property, then the wife gets her one half, and the children will get what's called a usufruct. And I'm speaking as a Louisiana lawyer, so I don't want to give the wrong law. Speaking of California, and I'm not trying to give legal for. Let me just clarify that the opinions that I give does not constitute an attorney-client relationship. These are my opinions and my opinions alone, based on my legal knowledge. And I have to say that because, of course, some people may take this and run with this and go sue somebody and say, "Well, my lawyer Gavin Leachaw, he said this on YouTube." No, I don't represent you, so let me just be clear. But yeah, but that's certainly uh, yeah, but I think that yeah, she would. But yeah, no doubt she would be get that estate. She would be running that since they are still married. I'm looking too at the news. I'm in between this and talking about this. Of course, they have the election that's coming up, that's going on right now in Georgia, and as we are speaking, the Republicans, the incumbent Republicans, David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler, are in the lead. I actually want to do a video, and I will be doing this later on, I guess. Whoever got their, I don't know if anybody got their $600 stimulus package yet, their stimulus check. But I noticed, and I find it very interesting, that multi-millionaires like Kelly Loeffler, who was worth almost a $500 million, Nancy Pelosi, the House Speaker, who was worth about $140 million, Mitch McConnell, who is worth $25 million. He's the poor man, I guess. Uh, these are people that are fighting whether or not to give you $2,000. I think that's Roslyn says you have. Yeah, uh, I won't say whether I have it or not. I won't get robbed, but $600 can't get you anywhere today. That's money that your damn rent is in some places $1,000 a month. Not to mention your bills. You got credit card bills that's in thousands of dollars, and you try to pay the monthly rate. You might be able to manage that, but then you got to account for groceries, electricity bill, all of that stuff, man. So that's one big mess to have. We got some more people coming in. Yeah, come on in, come on in. What do y'all? Yeah, but I find that hell of interesting. I'm gonna do video on that. I may also get back on a podcast so you guys can hear that. I've just been so busy with work and so forth. So I have unfortunately been unable to work on some of my projects like I want to. As you all know, life does happen, but I definitely am trying to work with it and finish it as soon as possible because I like to do a video with everyone. Just a video that just drops. Of course, y'all know it takes a lot of time and effort to even just do something like that. We are going to have a live stream again this Thursday with the homie, Sean James. That's right. Sean James is coming back to the channel to do another random topics with me. We are going to have him come on. So as we speak right now, yeah, it says here that the two Republican candidates with 91% reporting are in the lead by at least 51%. So yeah, corrupt politicians on both sides just helping their friends, their rich friends. Yeah. Well, and I can say this too. Even though this, and I'm tying this with social media, I'm to the point where I'm actually looking at joining like Parler. And I know Parler was created by Republicans or conservatives, but I like freedom of speech. And Facebook and Twitter, they are not on lines with that. The Democratic Party, something that I've noticed to tie into what you're saying, Rosalind, they are the ones really that are pushing these gender identity politics into the vernacular and into the agendas of Congress, into changing laws. They're the ones that are really pushing this stuff. When we talked about the prayer, that was said, I thought that was hella blasphemous that they did that. Um, that representative did that. Even in District of Columbia, they've removed pronouns and so forth, like manhole. That's not called manhole anymore. That's called personhole. Removing terms like councilwoman, councilman. They just think that would hurt, I guess, children in regards to their gender identity and what they want to determine, what they want to be. It's mostly people on the left that are pushing that. And yes, it certainly is problematic when you look at also the fact that tying that into what we're seeing, you know, uh, what we are seeing today as far as television and the media, they keep pushing that and how it's relating to politics. I will do this and I'll talk about this perhaps in another video. It's certainly going to blow back in their face because the American people, I know a lot of people are getting frustrated with that. There are people who don't like it, and I'm just being real. There are people who don't believe in gay marriage. There are people who don't believe in men using the same bathroom as women, regardless of what they think they are. You know, I may be able to think I'm Joan of Arc, but I'm not. But that clearly I'm not. If I speak French, that doesn't make me Joan of Arc. It doesn't even make me Pierre Morel. Doesn't make me Napoleon. And we got to stand up to these clowns. We got to stand up to corrupt politicians too, whether they're Republican or Democrat. You see, me, I'm registered as a Democrat, but I'm actually an independent. I vote based off what fits my interest. And what they are pushing right now, when you look at the laws that are being passed, does not fit our interests. Say what you want about Donald Trump, but I can say this about him. He certainly did, he did what he wanted to do. He didn't pussyfoot with stuff that he wanted. When he wanted something done, although whether it was ethical or not, he went for it. Immediately when he got inaugurated, he started closing, of course, he started closing, our relationship with Cuba, for instance, that Obama had reignited, us visit, making it more accessible for Americans to visit Cuba. He he reversed that. He also implemented the quote unquote Muslim ban and so forth, although it was a ban on all of those countries that they deemed, where the terror deemed aided in terrorism, like Pakistan and Iran and so forth. He did that. Not saying that I agreed with all of it. I didn't. He banned on transgenders. He in the military. He implemented all of that. Of course, under Biden, he's gonna, and Biden has said this, his first 100 days in office, his priorities are number one, LGBTQ. They want to pass the Equality Act, and the other thing they want to do is reverse everything Trump has done. So clearly, they are, he's doing, going to do what he wants to do. We're not included as Black people. But I'm getting way off subject because tonight is about Dr. Dre, of course. And we got some people watching. James says ridiculous. We got some more people in here. Some of you, have you all gotten my notices? I saw earlier I had almost 30 people in this chat. James asks, please ask Sean to Google crime drops under Dinkins and Dinkins deal with Disney. Uh, Well, James, you can reach out to him on his channel and tell him that if you want to do that one too. But maybe it's something that you can bring up in the chat. We could talk about. Uh, so again, the breaking news: Dr. Dre suffers brain aneurysm. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe button on this live stream. Like, share, and subscribe. Please donate to the Cash App that you see, Gavin Richard Esquire, or Google Pay, gavin.gwh1 at gmail.com. That's the ticker at the bottom, guys. So, so far, brother, Dr. Dre is in stable condition from what we've heard. No recent developments on his health at this time, other than what was reported in the news. Uh, the hospital though right now is not the place you want to be with COVID, and especially with some of our brethren and sisters who have died mysteriously in some of these hospitals, especially with COVID. It's certainly not the place I want to be at. I wouldn't want to be in a health facility right now. Uh, but sometimes we've got no choice and we got to do what we got to do. But yeah, you guys are seeing Dr. Dre is recovering from a brain aneurysm. He is in Cedars Sinai Hospital. Once again, he's in Cedars Sinai Hospital. It was reported first by TMZ. It's also reported on Yahoo News that he is in intensive care. And, Dr. Dre, 55 years old. Uh, yeah, it's a shame. Yeah. You guys hit me up if you want to see more videos, if you like to see uh, more videos, you like to see more guests come on the show to talk about different topics, you guys can email me. My email, of course, is with the Google Pay description, gavin.gh1 at gmail.com. I'm getting ready to head on out of here, guys. I got to do some things. What's up, Blueberry 40 and James Owens? Yeah, y'all check me out Thursday. We'll do a live stream, talk about some upcoming topics right now. Just to update you guys, the vote is still 92% reporting. Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue are still in the lead. Perdue is running against John Ossoff, and Loeffler is running against Raphael Warnock. Raphael Warnock is the pastor for Ebenezer Baptist Church, which is Dr. King's former church. But I've heard different things, especially from Dr. Short, that Warnock has done some foolishness over there, which is why a lot of people don't support him. And again, I have my issues with the Democratic Party and the direction that they're going as we speak right now, which is why no one should just be voting blindly because you don't like this person or you're scared of Trump. That's not how I operate. Let me check and just see if we have any more comments, because some people, I get people that will leave a comment and I can't see it. Okay. Got one person that's watching. We had some people here on YouTube, of course. And I'm going to have to do some lighthearted stuff. I'm going to drop some videos on some things that have been going on in the entertainment industry. Of course, my reviews, I think, on Cobra Kai, because I've seen it, season 3. The Cobra Kai, I believe, is the #1 show on Netflix right now. I remember when it was on YouTube, YouTube TV, which YouTube Premium, which I'm surprised they didn't try to renew it for a 3rd season. I certainly think that it could have gone on longer on YouTube, but supposedly they've had over it was watched over by 40 or 50 million people. Excuse me, I stammered a little bit. I was trying to get my thoughts. About 40 or 50 million people watched the show, premiere episode, if I'm not mistaken. So that is astronomical in terms of viewership. Pretty soon, cable TV, it's already eliminated, but cable TV will no longer be there. I mean, people are not going to pay for streaming services and for cable TV unless you're just flat out rich. You got money and you can afford something like that. But people now are just watching things through their phone and their iPads that they don't need a cable box. It's something too. I think would have been hella interesting. Tying this to Dr. Dre. What if he would have held on to Beats by Dre? We know it's got Beats by Dre, of course, is got to be worth $1 billion because that's what Apple spent on it. I know they had that issue with what's up, Pirate Brain? I know they had that issue with Beats by Dre being when it was sold, and I believe Dre was with a few people on the phone or did a party. I think was it Tyrese that broke the news, if I'm not mistaken. But that was in 2014. They had and the deal got called off or something like that, or was supposedly going to get called off because of that. And it says here it almost never happened. $3 billion deal. Rap moguls. Dr. Dre's net worth spiked to an estimated 700 million due to his deal with Apple for $3.2 billion. He's the second richest man in hip hop according to Forbes. I believe #1 would be Jay-Z because Jay-Z has ownership of Tidal. He also has ownership in. I'm sorry, Pirate Brand just said, "Is Dre gonna make it?" They say he's in stable condition. Dave, he's in stable condition. But one day, when I comic record, I'm just reading this here that Dr. Dre's lawyer initially recommended that he sell sneakers instead of headphones. But one day, when Jimmy Iovine, was hanging out with Dre, he suggested they get into the speaker business instead. And according to Wyatt, popular musician will.i.am had been encouraging Iovine to get into the speaker industry, and he saw this as an opportunity. Fuck sneakers, let's make speakers, Wyatt quotes Iovine saying. Dre initially didn't think selling headphones would work or that people even cared about sound quality. Competitors such as Apple had such success with cheap headphones, Dre didn't believe people would buy in. But the sneaker industry has even bigger juggernauts like Nike, and Jordan still rule the sneaker world, which is true. And success in that field might have been unreachable even for Dre. And it turns out there was a real need for high quality headphones. So enter Dr. Dre, and that's how that happened. Billions later, it's safe to say he made the decision. Who was it that broke the conference? Was it there was a conference call? Okay, that deal, yeah, that conference call. It was Tyrese. So Tyrese had posted a video on camera that he will be the first motherfucking hip hop billionaire. All right, yeah, Tyrese did say that. So it was Tyrese. I was right. And Tyrese, of course, shout out to him. I know that he's going through some stuff with the divorce as well. I mean, damn, man, marriage is institution of marriage is under attack. It's not like what it was 50 years ago. It's changing. And I don't know if, people, it's hard to stay committed for some people. But, okay, you said don't get me started on Tyrese. I don't know exactly what happened. I know he's going through a divorce, and I saw Sean posted a video about that. You all should take a look at. But you guys leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Uh, shout out to Dr. Dre and his family. I'm praying for his well-being. I hope that he recovers from this, regardless of how I feel personally about Dre or how you feel personally about him. Certainly say a prayer for his children, even his wife, during this time, because you don't know exactly what emotions they're going through right now. I've been through that. I have had loved ones. We all have had loved ones in the hospital, but it certainly is not uh, a good thing to have somebody this young hospitalized with a brain aneurysm. 55 is a young age. But I see, okay, he basically blames his divorce on a lot of broken homes in the Black community. I saw something like that. I'd have to read it more clearly. But what I will say about that too is that community, the community in general, as far as the institution of the family unit, the institution of marriage, has certainly been under attack in this country. I'd say in the last 50 years, and it's not just about LGBTQ. It's even from single people as well, because there's a lot of blame to go on around. It's from just the decline in morals. People don't respect uh, things anymore. People don't respect life anymore. Back in the day, you didn't see uh, people beating up on the elderly. You didn't hear of things like that. If the elderly was walking across the street, people would help them with their groceries. People would do things. Now you got people sucker punching them on camera. You have children being born, and I'm not judging anybody, but children being born out of wedlock without a father. Those are things that are happening. But okay, so he's blaming his divorce on the black community. Yeah, that okay, I have to look at it carefully, but that sounds like he's losing. This is I remember. Yeah, Tyrese been messing with them Becky's, man, messing with Becky's and Hispanic women. He's not. I don't think she's a. I don't know. She may be. Is she? She's not a black woman. She's a Latina, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I don't see how that relates to black people, but you know, divorce again and tying it to Dr. Dre, it's a stressful thing, and you have to look at your feelings and the feelings of your spouse to see what was the cause of that. Usually, look at yourself. Some people don't like doing it. Maybe I have to look at what Tyrese is saying, but that's what it sounds like. Tyrese is not. Uh, I don't know what his marriage is like, but hey, sometimes you got to look in the mirror. We'll do a video on that too. We'll probably talk about that Thursday with Sean. But anyway, guys, let me get on out of here. Dr. Dre, please get well soon. Sorry to hear about this. Certainly, somebody so young, you don't expect that to happen. But anyway, guys, this is it for me. It's been another edition of Gavin Reshaw Presents here on channel GBoo2786, Facebook, also my self-entitled YouTube channel, Gavin Reshaw, and on Periscope at Gavin Rich 2786. Please follow me on Twitter. Also, check out pretty soon I'll be on Black Enough and on Parler, so I will drop that to you all. I also have a Patreon account with the same GBoo2786 username. You can subscribe to that, guys. Anyway, I'm out. Get well soon, Dr. Dre. And you all be safe, be blessed, and let's start the new year right. See y'all on the other side. Let me just look through these comments. doesn't relate to our people, but that's why people are saying this is his or this karma. Yeah, it may be right, probably so. All right, Jaleel, I'll see y'all later. Peace, family.